The title of the message today is Hope and Faith. But let's begin by affirming our opening statement. There is only one presence and one power in my life and the universe, God. I invite you now to take a deep breath with me, gently but fully filling your lungs, and then releasing and relaxing. And so now, breathing in, relaxing, releasing into this moment. Opening ourselves to Spirit, our teacher within us, our comforter. So that we may take from this message exactly what we need to put to use in our life. And so it is. Amen. So, hope and faith, those are tied together. In the letter to the Hebrews, and you've heard me read this verse before, we get perhaps the best, most precise definition of faith from Paul. So in Hebrews chapter 11, I'm going to read verse 1 from the Lambda, the George Lambda translation, from the Aramaic language that Jesus spoke. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, as it was the substance of things that have come to pass, and it is the evidence of things not seen. There's a lot in there. It's a lot of ideas that just don't seem to make sense to our brain. And it's certain that this faith is not a mere belief. It is the substance of not only things hoped for, but everything that has come to pass. And it's the evidence of what is not seen. Some of you may already know that I lost my mother Thanksgiving just before midnight. My mother, a woman who embodied and lived her life, allowing God's love to move through her. Always kind, never mean or cruel. Family and friends have been amazed how seemingly calm I have been. I was with her when she took her last breath. And I know, I don't believe. It is the hope of things not seen. It is a knowing, a faith, true resting on this substance, that she is a spiritual being, a being of spirit, that she was alive before she came into her body, and when that body lied down Thursday night, her spirit was free. Her spirit is free now. And that's not just my mother, but if you've ever lost someone, know that they are with you. That you indeed are spirit, having a human experience in the body. This is a faith It's not a belief. It is a knowing. In the letter to the Colossians, in chapter 1, Paul tells us this: Christ in you, the hope of our glory. This is Colossians chapter 1, verse 27. Christ in you is all of our hope of glory. What does that mean? Jesus, our master, way shower, teacher, fully embodied the Christ presence in this world. His teachings, his example, showed us how we can do these things and more. It is the Christ presence that was in him, that he fully realized, that is in each one of us. And it is our collective humanity. It is our hope of glory. Glory. This isn't some pride, some award. This is splendor. It is the light shining through us, the light of love, the light of God. Last week I talked about gratitude, about putting leaves on a gratitude tree that we build in our consciousness, that we can do at any time to bring us closer to the presence of God within us. Gratitude helps us move closer to that presence. It's known as the kingdom of heaven. That's how it's translated. But it's so much not any kind of kingdom. And it's not any kind of place. Let's read what James, the brother of Jesus, has to say. This is the letter of James, chapter 1. And I want to read 2 verses, verse 5 and 6. If any of you lack wisdom, ask of God, who gives to all of us liberally and with grace, and it will be given to them. To all of us, liberally and with grace. There is no conditions to this love, except this, verse 6. But let them ask in faith, not doubting, without fear, not doubting. For those who doubt are like the waves of the sea, driven by the wind and tossed. Mechanical movements, driven by the situations of life, tossed about, separate. And this separateness is a perception of ours. It's not the reality, because we are all, it's without exception that we can experience this presence. Christ is every one of our hope of glory, the Christ in us. So let us rest in faith. Let us rest in this substance, this hope that each one of us individually will realize this Christ presence in ourselves. We'll collectively embody this Christ presence here while we inhabit our earthly bodies. It is our hope of glory, our hope of splendor, being the light. Gratitude is a wonderful path to bring us closer to the Christ presence within us. listen to the message from last week on the Unity of Huntsville YouTube channel for more about gratitude. I am grateful for you. I am grateful for the presence my mother had and continues to have in my life. I rest on the substance of faith, fully knowing all is in divine order. I thank you for joining me in this message. Let's close with our prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. Wherever we are, God is. Thank you.